Alright, well, it's about time we start heading to Megaton. By the way, Brian, it looks like you won't be getting a grandpa anytime soon.
This place gives me the creeps.
Sorry, kid. Oh, right, it's Evergreen Mills. I'll have to walk around. There's a tripwire right in the doorway of a church. Wow. Let's take this road. I think it should take us all the way to Megaton. These houses look like they're pretty intact. I wonder if there's anything inside them. Wait, what the fuck is that? I am definitely checking that out. I don't know what kind of person designed something so precarious, but it looks like raiders moved in nearby. Manchester Mine Company. Explosive excellence? I've heard of Manchester Mine before.
I cordially invite you to a celebration of these fortuitous events at my personal estate. I believe that our companies have a bright future ahead of them.
Oh, wait a minute. I got an invitation to come to this place. Well, I guess I'm finally here.
Warning, Mr. Manchester is away on business. No trespassing. This means you. Home security measures are in full effect. Mr. Manchester accepts no liability for injuries resulting from unauthorized access to his estate.
Oh, I guess that's why the raiders are just hanging out outside. Oh, shit! Oh, fuck. That fucking hurt. That whole walkway just fell. I found Mr. Manchester's estate. Quite an impressive display of architectural design, except for one important thing. His stairs. They collapsed and damn near killed me. I'd better search the debris in the surrounding area to see if I can figure out what happened.
Dear Mr. Manchester, I wanted to let you know that the magnificence of your new sky house did not go unnoticed by your closest neighbor. From the architectural stylings to the obvious demonstration of a firm grasp of advanced engineering principles, your gravity-defying construct is a marvel for the masses. Your choice of materials defines a man whose vision is matched only by his intellect and practicality. That said, there is one issue I would like to bring to your attention. Your walkway at the height of your winding stair-based ascension design is unfortunately composed of relatively short-lived materials. It is doubtful this walkway will last more than a couple of hundred years before succumbing to the ravages of the elements. It is a languorous link in the otherwise achievable architectural marvel destined to stand 1,000 years you so eloquently postulate in the latest issue of today's Architect. If you have an inclination to remedy this oversight, please don't hesitate to contact me directly at my personal residence. As you know, my family has been known for nearly 2 centuries as superlative construction engineers, and I have no doubt our legacy shall continue for the next 200. Sincerely, M. Holfenstein.
So Manchester fucking cheaped out on this walkway, and that's why it fell. Great. Well, it said it was his neighbor. Let's go visit.
House owner has no caps, a nervous disposition, and a large handgun. Z. Holfenstein.
Whoa, does that mean he's still here? Or, someone from that family? Was he right when he said that their descendants would still be here 200 years later?
I had a feeling when I woke up this morning that this was going to be a monumental day. It looks like my premonition was correct, for here you are. When I heard the commotion coming from Mr. Manchester's property, I knew it wasn't the usual raiders poking around out there. I had an intuition that it was someone coming to lay claims to debts long unpaid, or at least one burdened with insatiable curiosity and a sharp wit. You're probably shaking your head and marveling at my presumptuous manner. For that I apologize, you see. I am the last of the Holfenstein line, and the eccentricities of my great-grandfather have traveled as lightning through my lineage, galvanizing me into an entity of singular peculiarity. I realize that this revelation is as much import and relevance to you as a rat's reasoning as to which rope to gnaw, so I'll try to sway my wayward thoughts back onto the path of reason. Mr. Manchester built his sky house over 200 years ago, when beasts and birds swarmed the earth, and the sky was a dream and a poem penned from the sun's warmth, and the ocean's bounty was a never-ending harvest, flowing with life and the seeds of endless growth. His intellect was a singular one, honed for efficiency, yet poisoned by the tunnel vision that granted him his successes. I lost myself again, dear stranger, forgive me. Being stricken with disease and bound alone to a single place for decades may cause even the strongest mind to wander smoke-filled dreams of decadent half-truths and partially formed thoughts. I will try and pull my pen back from the edges of the shadows where it seems prone to stray, and back to the razor-sharp edge of obligation and possibility that brings you, panting and sun-drenched, to the door that separates us. I can imagine well your purposeful stride, the set of your jaw, the way your eyes catch and drift, as if in the contemplation of a singular purpose, discarding and retaining information like a river panner, sifting specks of gold from the dirt. Though I cannot see it, as this cursed disease has robbed my eyes of their appointed task, I can also picture the look on your face, the wearying look of eyes still gifted with sight, darting here and there, here and there. My hand wavers. I'll not finish this if I hold audience with the bitterness that builds within me, that small, dark, skittering creature of guilt and self-pity that snatches away hope in reasoning with its dirty hands, with its filthy hands. You are a brave soul to have stayed with me this far. I will wind this missive down to its final destination and give you a reason to return. I still hold sway over certain architectural agents of my forefathers. I have the capability to restore the ruined walkway, and for this I ask a token of you, a token of your dedication to this venture, to a serious mind, to unraveling some of Mr. Manchester's past. Mr. Manchester was noted for many things: his keen architectural engineering, his fashionable parties, his razor intellect, his towering avarice. One of his skills, however, failed to circulate in familiar circles, that of a superlative brewer of spirits. He concocted a particular beverage of such surpassing taste that few who tasted it ever claimed it had an equal, yet, for some reason, the slipping and cracking of gossip and ephemeral webs of public interest failed to make his creation widely known. I know that he maintained several of his prized spirits on his property. What's more, my family retained a key to one of his specially constructed storage units. The Holfensteins, you see, were no strangers to architectural engineering and assisted Mr. Manchester on several of his initial designs. As such, he permitted our family certain liberties with areas of his estate. If you see it within yourself to procure some of his special spirits, I will set the wheels into motion to repair the walkway so cruelly cast down by the ravages of time. To assist you in the task, I will provide you with the key to his storage units. Take care with it, as it is likely the last that remains. I implore you not to imbibe of his special brew before retiring to me, as there are likely few surviving specimens of his remarkable brewing endeavors remaining in this damaged world. If you would be so good as to slide the brew into the mail slot on my front door, your kindness will be well rewarded. I await your response with a cleansed, eager palate and a tiny, silvered ray of hope. Yours, Z. Holfenstein.
This has got to be the most beautifully written letter I have ever received. I will definitely get that brew for them. Improbably, I found a person living in the house close to Mr. Manchester's estate. They're a bit out of sorts. Regardless, they said they'll help me out if I bring them some of Mr. Manchester's special brew. They gave me a key, so I guess I'll try and find something for them. That whole walkway was rusted out. Wait, I think I could get down here. Oh, there's a note.
Note to next shift. We've shored up most of the walkway foundation today. Mr. Manchester insists on additional supports at several places. Though structurally extraneous, his words, not mine, he is a firm believer in redundant systems. It's his dime, so it's his call. Apparently his work on the power system has caused a fair bit of confusion. He's re-imaged the power grid with some sort of colorized framework. The only information I've picked up so far, most of today was just orientation and a 4-hour seminar on all of Mr. Manchester's many accomplishments, is that Brick 6 is always a security detail.
Oh, well, I guess I'll keep this in mind if I find the security system. Looks like I can jump over there. This key fits this fridge. And there's 2 of his special brew in here. Alright, well, I'll keep one and give one to the Hostetler person.
Not sure exactly what to do with your recently acquired near-mythical beverage, you decide to slide a bottle through the mail slot in the front door. You hear a strange scuttling sound. A few minutes later, a note pops out of the slot and lands on the ground in front of the door.
Okay.
These wheels were already set into motion long before you wrapped your sun-darkened hands around this bottle. I knew the path your feet would take long before your shoes found purchase on the ruined street that led inexorably to the small part of the world living out its remaining time in the shadow cast by my front door. The engineering robots of decades past have, at my calling, brought their fruit to bear against the collapsed, ruined stairway of the long-past Mr. Manchester. I have authorized them to restore access to the generator room as well, for you may have need of it. You need not thank me. Your thanks is etched in this glass that you have brought from the specks of dust and the sound of one's thumb against the smooth surface of this bottle to the noise it makes when gently shaken. Swish, swish, swish. My hands are trembling, yet I must open it. I thank you, friend. You have given me the power to end this charade, to escape this prison of ruined flesh. As the wax to Icarus's wings, this bottle shall take me to my final reward, my final pill, my final drink. Thank you again for...
Oh no, I don't know what kind of disease they had, but this drink killed them. Well, I'm Glad I was at least able to help them. Rest in peace. I wonder if the robots are going to be done by the time I get back. Oh, yup. Looks like it.
Hey.
Alright, the walkway works now. Oh, this elevator isn't powered.
Power system offline. Inform maintenance.
No carpetbaggers, scalawags, ruffians, rogues, rascals, scoundrels, malcontents, unwashed hobos, or women of ill repute allowed on Mr. Manchester's property.
Ugh, rich people. Well, it looks like I have to fix the power system before it'll let me in. That letter said that they restored access to the generator room, so I should be able to restore power from there.
Heads up.
Oh, god damn it, more bloodthirsters.
Come on.
Oh, that's a cool artificial lake. What the fuck? That was terrifying. What the fuck was that? I might have just hallucinated from seeing that small skeleton. Poor kid. Alright, this is the generator room. Okay, let's see if I can figure this out.
Robco Service Terminal, version 6.0.3.2.1.a. Power Subsystem Information. The current power subsystem hierarchy, as designed by Mr. Manchester, satisfies the power requirements of his estate. The power provision contingency also allows for a nearby 100% redundant power backup solution in the unlikely event of system failure. Due to Mr. Manchester's self-proclaimed observations that most electrical engineers applying for a position at my estate are slack-jawed mouth-breathers that could barely jumpstart an automobile without frying what meager brains God gave them, he's replaced the traditional routing diagrams with a simple color-coded analog. New technicians, excepting those desirous of a quick termination and blacklisting from the TEEE, would do well to remember the currently implemented chromatic structure. Further details are available in the Power System Assignment section of this terminal.
Wow, Manchester sounds like a real asshole.
Power System Assignments. Power grid instructions. Failure to follow these instructions precisely can result in possible damage to the system and certain employment termination. You'll notice that there are 6 power stations. Hereafter they will be referred to as bricks. Each brick has 4 different modes of operation. Mode 1, idle, not routing power. Mode 2, blue, routing power to the secondary system. Mode 3, red, routing power to the security system. Mode 4, purple, routing power to the primary system. When a brick is operating, it is said to be on detail. For example, if brick 6 displayed a purple screen, brick 6 is on primary detail would be correct. The system will not activate unless all bricks are assigned a detail. After all details have been assigned, the power hierarchy must be executed at this terminal with the Activate Grid command. The power requirements for the generator room itself, as well as the primary entrance stairs lighting, are provided by a redundant isolated source. You will not be responsible to adjudicate power distribution to these systems, as they are handled automatically. Note to new engineering staff. Engineering staff, I have been disappointed in the past with the quality of engineers that have found their way into my employ. To help weed out engineers not of the caliber I require, I've devised a simple, cognitive assignment that coincides with my new chromatic power structure. I will meet with each of you over the course of the day. At the end, when your shift ends, you'll need to collaborate with your co-workers, pool your information, and draw the proper conclusions about the brick details and their arrangements. Tomorrow we'll meet and I'll test each of you individually to ensure you have successfully resolved this rudimentary challenge. Engineers who fail at this task will be terminated immediately and escorted off the property. H. Manchester.
Fucking rich people. I'm surprised that he's such an asshole. That said, I wonder if I could solve this puzzle.
New techs, remember, security power details are always adjacent. The last technician who failed to remember this is now breaking rocks in San Pedro for the next 6 months. Mr. Manchester has ways of dealing with people who displease him. Remember that.
Ugh, that's so disgusting to wield your power against these people like that. Oh shit, I did not expect that. Nice. The walkway is rebuilt, but at a heavy price. It appears the person that was helping me took their own life after I brought them some of Mr. Manchester's special brew. Whatever the case, I need to find some way to get the power restored before I can get inside Mr. Manchester's estate.
Maintenance staff, I couldn't help but notice the new addition to the bathroom stall the last time I visited the reactor room to assess adherence to protocol and precipitate smooth operations. It appears that some joker has decided to put a poster of a scantily clad woman, most likely one of ill repute, on the stall divider. I closed a $70,000 deal with Tiger Manufacturing earlier this week, so I'm feeling especially charitable today. Instead of the usual termination of the entire staff this infraction would normally incur, I'll offer a proposition. Bring this inappropriate display to my office within 24 hours so I can destroy this filthy bit of rubbish, and we'll consider this matter closed. H. Manchester.
So in addition to being a complete asshole and wielding power inappropriately, he also has a huge stick up his ass. Great.
Power grid. Guys, we have to get this figured out today. Mr. Manchester expects a full report tomorrow. Jack, don't leave me out of the loop.
Okay, the third one is marked second. So that means second mode, probably? So the third one's blue. And that note I read earlier said that the sixth one is always security detail, which is red. Alright, well, I need more information. Let me see if I can find some other notes.
The construction of the new outdoor entertaining area is behind schedule. I discovered one of the workers lounging while he was supposed to be working. Not just dawdling, lounging with his back against the centerpiece tree, staring out over the lake. I walked up to him and he jumped up and began to stammer out apologies. I said nothing and picked up his hammer. I recognized it as his, because he'd had his name engraved on it for some bizarre reason. I threw it about 20 feet out into the lake. I told him if he still hoped to have a job, he'd better show up in the morning with that hammer. H. Manchester.
Ugh, will there be no end to this guy's assholery? If he had his name engraved into it, I'm certain that that hammer was important to him. Well, looks like I'm gonna have to find it. Mm-hmm. Ah, damn it, I can't find that hammer. Oh, wait, what the? It floats? I guess it was a special hammer. Another note.
Dear Diary, today was a heck of a day at Mr. Manchester's place. We finally finished the dock construction. It was one of the trickiest jobs I've had to do. He was adamant about the construction. He wanted it to look rustic and not betray any of the heavy-duty support structure we implemented. He briefed my crew on the power grid, but I missed most of it. I was so tired after finishing the dock that I nearly fell over into his pond. Let's see. All I can remember is that he said there are always exactly twice as many security bricks as there are secondary system ducts. I meant bricks. Dang, I need to get some sleep. I'm feeling a little funny as well as tired. I probably need to lay off those new quantums.
Wait, how'd you get your hand on quantum? Oh, I bet Mr. Manchester had some.
Move your waist with haste.
Gross. Oh, another note.
Dear Diary, boy, I shouldn't have had that cheese casserole last night. No telling how long I'll be stuck in here. That's bad, as Mr. Manchester is apparently very strict about adherence to break time limits. Today hasn't been too bad so far. There's a lot of this work to do in getting this sky house finished, but at least Mr. Manchester uses good quality construction materials. I'm glad I'm not on the electrical engineering team. I heard him screaming at one of them earlier today. On the first day, he was yelling about power bricks, supposedly going by Mr. Manchester's high-volume tirade. The first brick is always a primary detail. The poor new recruit made the mistake of questioning the efficiency of this. Bad idea, new guy. We'll see if he's still here tomorrow. Holy cow, I think I hear Mr. Manchester now. I better get out of here. Let's hope the casserole stays put until my shift's over.
Ugh, that has to be illegal. It's just not right to not give an employee bathroom breaks. Alright, according to this, there are twice as many security as secondary. So there should be twice as many red than blue. And apparently the first one is always primary, which is purple. Okay, so that one could be blue or purple, can't be red. If it's blue, there should be 2 blue and 4 red. But there can't be 4 red, so it has to be purple.
I still just can't believe we've got him back.
Alright, again, this one can be blue or purple, but it can't be blue because then there would have to be 4 red, and there can't be 4 red. And it also can't be red, because then there'd have to be 3 red, and red can't be odd. So it has to be purple. Alright, and this one has to be red because the red ones are adjacent, and there's 2 of them because there's twice as many as blue. Alright, I hope this works.
Activate power grid. System green, confirm and activate.
Grid details. Accepted. Power grid is now online.
Alright, I got it. Nice! Alright, let me see if the elevator works now that the power's on. Damn, it looks like it has power, but it's still not working. Guess I'll have to use the stairs.
All systems functional.
Mr. Manchester was a complete asshole. Luckily, I finally got the power grid online. I'll check out his estate. With any luck, I can get inside that neat little hut above his private lake as well. Oh wow, I can get in. Alright, time to look around. Oh, the windows were destroyed. A corporate award.
Mr. Manchester hereby recognizes J. Cornelius, the Manchester Medal of Distinguished Service, for unparalleled tenacity and dedication resolving complex engineering issues. Robco Service Terminal, version 6.0.3.2.1.a. Flush tape loop. Currently inoperative. Intercom issue unresolved. It fills me with great frustration that my sound engineer has not successfully resolved the switching problem. Is it too much to ask? I would simply like a guest to be able to press the button and hear my thoughtful ruminations on the painting. As it is, they're able to hear my recorded voice, but the system must be manually reset before the system will rewind. It is thoroughly inconvenient to expect a guest to stroll over to this terminal and reset the system on his or her own initiative. Incompetence, I say, incompetence! I will give this engineer an additional 24 hours to rectify this insult. At that point, if the system is still in this piteous state, out on the street he goes with a black mark on his record. H. Manchester.
I am so tired of this guy being an asshole. I'm glad he's dead.
Issue resolved. Well, there's a man who knows how to dangle on the precarious edge of a deadline. Barely an hour before I planned to put wheels into motion to render Mr. Larocque unemployed, and likely unemployable, he burst in, wild-eyed and obsequiously soliciting my apologies and attention. It appears the young man resolved the sound issue, and now the intercom system should function as originally intended. I was so pleased that I stuck a crisp $50 bill into Mr. Larocque's shirt pocket and told him to take the rest of the day off. I think the poor man nearly fainted dead away. Let it never be said that H. Manchester is incapable of infrequent acts of kindness. H. Manchester.
He was literally working for 23 hours straight. Giving an ounce of charity after such inhumane treatment does not make you a fucking good person.
Employee log 1.4204, J. Cornelius. A few of my colleagues have endured the benefit of Mr. Manchester's employment not without substantial comment. While Mr. Manchester's management style is generally regarded as Machiavellian, I prefer the term disciplined. During their incessant ruminations, I admit I have kept my opinion to myself. At Mr. Manchester's request, I have been researching an ephemeral bit of nastiness in a most impressive engineering project. Last week, I inadvertently transmitted an erroneous report to Mr. Manchester. While I was quick to catch my own error, I fully expected my miscalculation would net me a 6-month geology assignment at San Pedro. I make up with tenacity what I lack in skill, and as such, completed the assignment on time and within budget. Given the events of this week, one can only imagine my pause at the spectacle which adorns the wall before me. What do you know? The prince has a heart. J. Cornelius.
This fucking suck up. Wait, what is this about breaking rocks at San Pedro? Is that a prison? That's so fucked up.
Welcome, mystery, illustrious dinner guests. After a sumptuous dinner, get ready to use your brain.
Okay.
Wash your hands often for our patrons' health. Kitchen staff, please focus your complete attention on the upcoming mystery dinner party. I've gone to great lengths to negotiate the other details. The success of the culinary experience is in your hands. Remember that everyone will be in attendance for the dinner party. Employees who fail to arrive or are tardy when arriving will be promptly terminated. The current menu stands as follows. Appetizer, lobster timbalasli. Wine, Chateau Clemens Sauternes. Entree, venison quarter with apples, and caraway. Wine, Romanere Saint Savant Pinot Renoir. Dessert, mango white chocolate bread, pudding with bourbon caramel. Sauce, coffee, Jamaica Blue Mountain Coffee. In addition, a careful inventory tally of alcoholic beverages has been performed. Any employee discovered pilfering spirits will be subject to termination and prosecution. Kitchen staff will take turns circulating the room every 15 minutes to refill beverages, procure additional napkins, remove empty plates, etc. Staff will not initiate conversation with guests and will, in the classic sense, speak only when spoken to. Each staff member can expect a sizable bonus on his or her next paycheck if this dinner is executed perfectly. H. Manchester.
Ugh, fucking tell me how this guy's different than a slaver.
Guests, please ignore the mess. I'm discarding some outdated material. H. Manchester.
Huh, is he talking about the books?
This appears to be a modern art book. It has numerous reproductions of contemporary a couple hundred years ago, art. You flip through the pages and find a tightly folded poster stuffed near the end of the book. You take it out and unfold it. It appears that Mr. Manchester may have been attempting to make some sort of challenge for his guests. You hang the poster up on the wall behind you in case you need any of the curious information it holds. Good job, guests. Get ready to switch those brains on. 1. Oh no, that's surely not the correct way to train your domesticated writing partner. 2. I feel so blue. 3. The rolling hills slip away into the sunset behind us, yet our feet have barely moved. 4. This one may put you in a different frame of mind. 5. What kind of hint is this?
It looks like some of these hints correspond to the paintings. I guess I'll have to look at the paintings and figure out what order I pressed them in or something. This must have been an insufferable party.
The sculpture you see before you is named Temple of Sun and Rain, commissioned by Mr. Manchester to celebrate the construction of the Sky House. This piece combines state-of-the-art, lifelike artificial flowers with worn stone to present a timeless vision of beauty. The amazingly realistic flame effect is created by a complicated arrangement of optical plates. The plates refract light from a series of pulsing light emitters to create the illusion of a crackling fire.
Well, I mean, I guess that's impressive work, but what a pretentious asshole. Oh, I'm gonna celebrate my house being built with an art sculpture.
I can't work completely out of my imagination. I must put my foot in a bit of truth, and then I can fly free. Andrew Wyeth.
A timeless example of yearning and loss. The girl in this painting is Christina Olsen. She had an undiagnosed muscular deterioration that paralyzed her lower body. Wyeth was inspired to create the painting when, through a window from within his house, he saw her crawling across a field.
Wait, what the fuck was she doing crawling across a field in the first place? Is this something that actually happened, or is this just some made-up story to go with the painting? Huh.
Against a regiment I oppose a brain, and a dark horse against an armored train. So wrote the poet Roy Campbell, and these words inspired Mr. Alex Colville, a Canadian painter, to compose this beautiful work of art you see before you.
I mean, it's good art, but I feel like Manchester is so pretentious here. That one looks like the Wasteland.
All the good ideas I ever had came to me while I was milking a cow. Grant Wood.
Oh, I see. He's hearkening to the value of labor. Okay, so I think I need to press the switches in coordination with the hints. This is definitely the first hint with the horse. Oh, the second one is about being blue. Huh. Are there any paintings that are particularly blue? Oh, wait. That light is blue, not like the others. Okay, and the third one... Okay, rolling hills, yet her feet have barely moved. Is it this one? I think it might be this one. That one has rolling hills in the background. Okay, different frame of mind. All these frames are the same except for this painting. So I think this is the right one. And then what kind of hint is this? Oh wait, the fifth hit was sideways. This one's long ways. Yeah, it matches. Okay, I think this is it. Okay, I think I just need to pull this last switch.
Oh, I knew I had invited only the best and brightest dinner guests tonight. I believe you'll find, thanks to your cleverness, that the centerpiece of tonight's festivities is now open. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Alright, I got it. First try, too. Nice. Are you fucking kidding me? How egotistical does this guy have to be to include a signed portrait of himself as the prize?
Congratulations! I knew that my guests were the cream of the crop. I hope that you won't find me presumptuous, but I was in a mood to indulge with this reward. Oh, and the autographed photograph? That's the first one that I've ever done. So hold on to it. I imagine it will be worth quite a bit someday, especially with my current partnership with Tiger Manufacturing reaches its final stage. Once that occurs, Manchester will become a household name in the entire weapons industry. Not to toot my own horn. Well, okay, maybe a little bit of tooting. 3 bottles of my special brew should serve you well when you desire to relax, imbibe gently, as they pack quite a kick. The can of pork and beans is to remind you that humble origins bear the seed of potential greatness. Let us not forget the common man in our struggle for power and worldly acclaim. Thank you for indulging me by reading this to its completion. Enjoy. H. Manchester.
Ugh, what a egotistical, pretentious bastard. You wouldn't even know what it's like to be a common man if you lost everything you had to your name. Ugh.